Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be a fun video. So in all of my older kind of more IT focused trainings that I used to do, one of the things I did a lot in those videos was I drew on the screen. So I demonstrate things by drawing them out. And I not only did that on my YouTube videos, but I would do that in PowerPoint presentations for customers, that sort of thing. So I get a lot of questions over how I do that. What is my setup? And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So let's get right into it. As far as equipment goes, so my Mac that I use, it is a, let's see, MacBook Pro 2020, 13-inch, nothing really special. My iPad is a, I don't even know what this thing is. It's a, let's see, it is an iPad Air 4th generation. So that's what I'm using for an iPad. This Apple Pen, I think there's a couple generations. I think this is like the 2nd gen, I want to say. I might be wrong on that, but something along those lines. So essentially what I do with these two main pieces of technology, so I've got the laptop, my iPad, and then of course my pen. What I then do is I go into my Mac and I click the little drop down here and I go over to screen mirroring. From there, I then mirror or extend my laptop screen onto my iPad. So I'll select that. Now, once I've done that, it takes a minute, but effectively what will happen here in a second, and there we go. So now I have a mirrored image of my laptop. So I don't know if you can see this, but I literally have my slides from PowerPoint showing on my laptops or on my iPad. So basically now I'm using it as a second monitor. Now, as far as the software goes, what I use to do the actual drawing is I use something called Screen Brush. So I want to say it cost a few bucks. I can't recall. I've had it for a very long time. But Screen Brush is available in the App Store for iOS. So I downloaded it. I have it installed on my laptop, not on my iPad, because all I'm doing is mirroring my screen. So once it's installed, the cool thing is with Screen Brush, there's some shortcuts, but I'll go ahead and show you mine. So what I typically do, let's see, the shortcut I use is, I'll tell you here in a second. I know the shortcut, but I don't know what it actually maps to. So it is, yeah, so it's Option and Tab. So Show Hide Screen Brush. So what I do essentially is I open up Screen Brush, and from there I hit Option plus Tab. And now if I draw, oops, let me do it one more time. Now, there you go. Now if I draw on my screen, you can see the actual drawing is coming up. So that's all there really is to it as far as being able to draw, because even though I drew on my iPad, it's showing up on my laptop screen, as you can see here. Now the problem with this is if I exit Screen Brush like that, the drawing goes away. So how do I draw for a PowerPoint presentation if I want to end my slides itself? The way that I do it is I just go over to the Draw tab in PowerPoint and I click Draw. And I'll pick my drawing that I want to use, like my pen width or thickness, color. We'll go with like green. That looks good. So I'll do that. Now, if I wanted to draw using my touchpad, I could do that. But now the cool thing is, since I'm mirroring my screen, I can do all my drawing right here. So I can now say, let's draw a box and, you know, I don't know, a circle or something like that, right? Something like that. That you kind of get the idea. I can then do all of my drawings on that slide. I'm not an artist, but you see where I'm going with it. Now the cool thing is, once you've drawn that, it's now on my PowerPoint slide. You want to make sure that you uncheck Draw. The reason is because if you don't, you'll keep marking every time you touch something. But now if I click on these objects, guess what? I can move them around just like a regular PowerPoint object. In my case, I'm going to right click them and I'm going to go to Group and Ungroup because I want these to be seen as two separate objects. So what I'm going to show you is how to actually animate them so it looks like you're drawing in the middle of the presentation, even if you're not live at least. So all you have to do is click on one of your shapes and head over to Animations. From there, the effect you want is Replay. So if I click on Replay, we can see it actually draws it out just like I did before. And we'll do that, the same thing for the circle. We'll replay that. Now, the one thing I'll add to make it look a little more real is I like to speed up that drawing. To do that, while we're here on the Animation tab, you'll click on Animation Pane. And what we'll do is we'll go to each animation. So animation 1 is my rectangle. And we'll go to, I believe it's under timing. Yep. We'll change the duration. So instead of being 2 seconds, I'm going to make it, we'll do it 1 second. and we'll preview that to see what that looks like. So we can hit preview in the top left. All right, that looks a lot better. The circle is still very slow, so we'll fix that. So now we can click on the circle, and we'll change that to 1 second also. And let's preview it one more time. That's all there is to it. So now I've successfully animated a drawing from my iPad over to an actual slide, and now it's a permanent part of this presentation. So that's all there is to it. I know I talked a little fast in this video, so feel free to rewatch and make sure you got all of the little tips and tricks and that sort of thing. It's a pretty easy setup. My advice to you, if you're interested in doing something similar, is practice. That is the #1 way to figure this out. I can't tell you guys how many times I opened up everything just like this, and I did it just repeatedly until I could figure out the proper, keyboard shortcuts that I like, how to hide things, how to open up Screen Brush, and how to mirror things and all of that. It just took a lot of practice. So that said, I hope you found this useful. If you did, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Until next time, you know what to do. Stay safe and healthy, and most importantly, stay nerdy.